What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here to do a live reaction to a weekly My Hero Academia chapter. My first one in over 2 years, man. The last My Hero Academia, actually about 2 years, because I think I stopped in around like August, September of 2016. But it's been a while. It's been a while. The last chapter that I read weekly was, I believe it was 105, either 105 or 104. So here we are, chapter 191. The title I see right here is Dabi, Hawks, and Endeavor. After the awesome sauce, the Santa hat level greatness that was presented to me in that last batch of chapters that I read, 190 still. One of my favorite chapters in the series. Top five, bro. So let's get right into the awesome sauce. I have this thing of right before I get on here to talk about My Hero Academia, I have to listen to the first opening for season 3. Listen, man, Overworld delivered a banger, bro. Overworld delivered up. Bro, that shit goes in, bro. It goes in, son. Are you kidding me? It goes in, bro. So let's get right into it. My Hero Academia chapter 191, and right off the bat, my vision is blurry. Ooh, you see Dabi right there? I caught wind that you were here. You see? You are the one who murdered Snatch. Or so I hear. The League of Villains, Dabi. Oh, flipping my son. Isn't the My Hero Academia panel tomorrow? I don't work tomorrow, so I'm probably going to end up following that. I'm not going to be home, but I'll follow it on my phone. Any updates. I think that's tomorrow. Because I know the Shonen and Jump panel's on Sunday. Thursday was the Viz panel. Tomorrow, I think, is the My Hero Academia panel, which is going to have Horikoshi and Sabat. And I forgot what his name is, but the leading voice actor for Deku in the English dub, I know they're gonna be there. I'm looking forward to having Horikoshi answer some questions. I think that'll be pretty nice. I hope nobody gets on them for this entire Endeavor thing that I just heard about on Twitter the other day. I hope no one tells them. Like I hope they just leave them be. You know what I'm saying? I hope they don't bring any of that stupid stuff to Horikoshi. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I of course can't wait to see the movie. But I think the My Hero Academia panel is tomorrow. I'll be keeping up with it. But anyways, League of Villains, Dabi. Come on. Goes right in, and immediately flames all around them. Snahu doesn't ring a bell. More importantly, let's have a little chat. Opportunities like this don't come so often. Yow! Everything's on fire. Hot. Blue flames? That's not Endeavor? Man, they're strong. That's Dabi, a member of the League of Villains. He's put up a wall of flames completely surrounding Endeavor and Hawks. It's him. That's a bold move. What's he trying to accomplish? How pitiful, Todoroki Shoto. Dabi. Yo, Todoroki, bro. Get up and out of there and go meet up with your brother, bro. Go meet up with your brother, dog. No, you need to rest. I'll take care of him. I only have these puny feathers left, but at the very least, I can stall for time. Hey, give me a break, would you? I just came to take back that Nomu. I mean, there's no way I could win against the two top heroes, and they're both on death's doorstep. And he immediately, I love this panel right here. So kissing it from the side, like as if we were, you know, following like a sort of pan type of motion, where if you're the camera guy and you're following the guy in his face, like for example, whenever you see those guys that are walking down the sideline in the middle of a basketball game, and you have like somebody running full speed down the court, you get a shot like this. You know, where you're slowly but surely panning the shot, but because you're doing it that way, you get to get more expression right here on whichever side of the face you're doing it on. So if I'm running this way, of course, you're gonna get on right here, the right side of my face. So in this case, the same thing. You know, getting on the right side of your face, and they're capturing you in that panning movement. So really cool style of choice for showcasing how fast he's truly moving at this point in time. Against the two top heroes when they're both at death's doorstep, you see Hawks and Endeavor, man. Dude, look at Endeavor, man. I mean, one eye is out, half of his face exposed. Who is that? He has long hair. Is that my lady? Stomp! Is it? I saw the news and hopped right over. Looks like things are really heating up, eh? Endeavor? Hawks? No! That's the, number 5 hero. I'm forgetting her name. And I just read this like 2 days ago. And I'm already forgetting names, man. You see, this is why I come up with nicknames for characters, man. Because I be forgetting names, son. You're one of those League of Villains bastards, ain't ya? I'll kick it at Kingdom Come. She reminds me of that one Made in the Abyss character that was in that show. Let me see. Miruko. I don't even remember that name ever being mentioned before. Miruko. But anyways, I do remember that this is the number 5 hero, if I'm not mistaken. Man, just when things were getting good, a little help, Ujiko. Oh, snap, he didn't come alone. Of course he didn't, dog. Catch you later, Mr. Number 1 hero. I'm sure we'll have another chance to talk, but until then, break a leg out there. Don't go kicking the bucket. Todoroki Enji. This man called him by his full name, bro. My man said, break a leg out there, don't go kicking the bucket. Todoroki Enji. How about you talk right now? Goes right in. It's already gone. He's gone. Damn it. Oh, it stinks. Isn't it the same thing that happened in Kamino? Well, for the time being, the crisis has been. Dabi has retreated. The enemy has vanished. I know my voice cannot reach our heroes, but allow me to say this. Endeavor and Hawks, they protected us to the last. They risked their very lives and they won. I guess there's another one in the books, eh? Here stands the new top hero. I want nothing more but to tell him thank you. You know, going from fearing him, bro. Remember having this, even though the people outside, they don't know about what Endeavor did with his family. You know, he always had like this overwhelming presence where people feared him, respected him, but didn't really want to get close. And wasn't like an inspirational figure. They would like call upon him to protect them, but that's about it. And here, you have the announcer just stating, you know, I want nothing more but to tell him thank you. And I think that those sentiments can, you know, your job as an announcer, especially on a news team like that, is to have words that resonate with the audience. You know, words that you will remember forever. I was thinking back to Bob Costas saying, you know, giving that legendary final line at the end of Game 6 whenever MJ shot his final shot. You know, that could have been the last time that we saw Michael shoot, or that was the last image that we had of Michael Jordan on the basketball court. Then what an amazing one that it was. And, you know, that really resonates with you, and that's your job as a commentator. And the announcer right here couldn't have said it any better. You know, Endeavor and Hawks, they protected us to the last. They risked their very lives and they won. Here stands the new top hero. I want nothing more but to tell him thank you. And you know that all those people who were probably running away, bashing him, saying, you know, after you saw him initially getting whooped by the Nomu, you know, they probably also want to apologize. You know, deep in their heart, they're like, you know, I'm extremely, I feel bad for the fact that I doubted this man. You know, after seeing greatness. But, you know, you can't blame them because this was the first time that he was really in that position. But he really did show that he can live up to those expectations. That's what I love so much about that, man. I want nothing more but to tell him thank you. And it's beautiful because it looks like he hears that and he drifts out of consciousness. That was different from what we discussed. Is that so? Are we being serious, bro? I flipping knew it, dog. I couldn't trust this bastard. Look, man, I was telling y'all, bro. I was flipping telling y'all. In that, whenever the moment that this man was talking, I was like, bro, this man is giving me heel vibes, dog. This man is giving me super heel vibes. And here he's meeting up with Dabi, bro. I was hoping we'd get along better than this, Dabi. Oh, I thought you'd only had weak feathers left. Well, I can't exactly meet with a liar unarmed. The plan was for tomorrow at the factory on the coast. Not in the middle of the damn city. Not to mention that Nomu, it was on a completely different level from the ones we've seen so far. I prefer you to tell me those things in advance. I changed my mind. Did I forget to mention it? It would be a test of the Nomu's abilities? My bad. Yo! My boy said, did I forget to mention it would be a test of the Nomu's abilities? My bad, huh? My bad. Yo, man, Hawk's actually being serious though, bro. And he's the shadow over half his face. Same thing with Dabi. But I wasn't the only one who acted outside of the plan now, was I? Now, you said you'd send some random strong guy. But sending the #1 hero doesn't exactly make for a good test. Did that ever occur to you? Well, hey, I did some serious damage to #1. You should be happy. I haven't broken my promise. You're the only one who went back on his word. But it's even more unreasonable for you to think that I just trust #2 hero right off the bat. So this was also a test to see if you were trustworthy. Dude, what do these two have going on, bro? So it's not that they were always together. It looks like he has his feather up to his neck. So it's like Hawks was attempting to build this relationship to reach out to Dabi, but I wonder why. You know, why to reach out to the Villains Alliance? And initially I was like, yo, this guy's a spy, bro. He's a traitor. But nah, it goes deeper than that. They're both trying to gain the trust of each other in order to, I'm going to assume, to achieve a similar goal. But what could that be? Why exactly did today's little event get resolved with Zero deceased? Is there to believe someone who sympathized with our cause and requested to cooperate with us would act in such a way? Someone who sympathized with our cause and requested to cooperate with their cause? I've got to keep up my appearances on my end. I can't afford to lose the faith that's been placed in me as a hero. The more confidence everyone has in me, the more valuable the information I'll receive. And that information is beneficial for you all. You should really be looking at the big picture here. He's not lying. He's not lying. You know, just look at the people Earth. I mean, the kids love this guy. And you don't think that that the others trust him? Especially after today's stunt? Especially after what happened today. You know, Hawks will forever be known as the dude who, alongside with Endeavor, you know, saved everyone from the Nobu that was coming in. This is going to be a massive event to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, he helped the new #1 hero take out that Nomu. That was massive. That's going to stick with people, man. You know, Hawks, bro. And it's genius on his part. It's almost as if he had planned that in advance. Like, I'm gonna send on Endeavor. I allow him to take care of business, and then I keep everything in the public eye. Hell, my stock raises even higher thanks to this event. It's quite interesting. I mean, I have to applaud him for his for how well he thought everything out. Everything I do for the League, Dabi. What? Well, I still won't let you meet the boss for the long time for the time being, but I'll contact you again, Hawks. He wants to meet the boss, which means he has something to do with freaking All For One. Unless Dabi's talking about Shigaraki, which I don't think he is. I really don't think he's talking about All For One. Regardless, though, regardless of whether it is Shigaraki or All For One, still. But man, dude, because like I said before, Hawks, he always drove me the wrong way. There was, you know, I loved his charisma, but there was just something always off about the guy. And so, as things progressed, I was like, nah, man, never mind. Like, I'm with this dude, bro. He's actually a good dude. But then all along, it was all work. He was working everybody. But no, there's this, I don't know, man. Like, nobody does that everything that he just did as just a work. Like, he had to have, there has to be a reason why he wanted to become a hero in the first place. Because he just recently reached out to the League, according to them, which means it had to have been connected possibly to the Camino incident, which could be connected to the whole All For One thing. But it just makes you think, it's like, Is it a double work? I don't know. Because I don't totally distrust him after this last arc either. I mean, how can I? I mean, I understand that it was all a work, sort of, but I truly felt that at some points in times, you know, he was legitimately out there helping people. Like, he actually really wants to be a hero, and he enjoys being that superstar for the children. But he also let his other side to him. It's like, I can't completely distrust him, but I can't trust him as well. Regardless, I'll contact you again, Hawks. We fox walking? Hawks, you're to gain the favor of the League of Ein. So he's a double agent, bro. I see that. There was just something, dog. Hold on a minute. What are you saying? Weren't you putting together a search team with Gran Torino & Co? Where did you hear about that? We haven't made an announcement about it yet. That's exactly why we're asking this of you, Hawks. You've got sharp eyes and ears. During the attack on Camino, we were in a rush to ensure the safety of the victims and those taken captive. As a result, we lacked enough information and we misjudged the villain's power. In order to exterminate this dark organization, we need as much information as we can get. More specifically, pertaining to those modified humans. Are they able to make them with All for One's power alone? We need every last bit of information about the League legally bare, or else we'll simply be repeating our past errors. So you're telling me to just ignore all the victims they'll create? I'm off trying to butter them up? Yes, we're asking this of you because we believe you're up to the task. You're not concerned with fame or prestige. You focus only on the long-term goal and take action accordingly. We feel that there's no one more suitable for this job than you. And shows Endeavor in the hospital. Endeavor, I'm sorry. Dabby. Oh yeah, Snatch, that guy. I thought so hard about it, I went crazy. Flipping flag nards, bro. He thought so hard about it, he went crazy. Dabby, Hawks, Endeavor, 3 men, 3 ideologies. Next issue, a color page. Oh man, dude. Yo, I gotta go through this again, man. I mean, just so many things back to back to back. So, Dabby creates this thing just so he can have this one-on-one conversation. Goes in there, he goes to take advantage of it. Then she comes right into like swimwear. And then he managed to get out of there. Yo, that's such an awesome page, man. Break a leg out there, but don't go kick in the bucket. Todoroki Enji. And then we go into the next part. Love what the narrator said right here. This was incredible. I want nothing more but to tell him thank you, man. And then we have this conversation right here, man. And it was just, yo, this Hawks dude is mad interesting, bro. Because you just don't know. You don't know. It's awesome. Like, they trust him to put him into that position to where he can work as that zero. He can work as that in between the positive and the negative. I mean, easily. To where he's really good in the face of the people, but he also has his reaches in the underground. You know what I'm saying? And it works for him, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I doubted him too, dog. I really did. I doubted this man. So I wonder when he's gonna contact him again. Yo. Bro. Man, yo, it's like this is all still building up to something mad, man. Like, this is all still building up to something insane. Gain the favor of League of Villains. It's like, but it's like whenever you read something like this, you really do understand where they're coming from, man. And when I mean them, I'm talking about the League villains. Like, Hawks brings up a great point. Like, you're just telling me to ignore all the victims they'll create while I'm off trying to butter them up? Like all these victims, all these innocent bystanders that are gonna be taken out as casualties due to me trying to get good on their side, and they're doing all of that just for knowledge. You know, knowledge is very, very important, especially in this game. But Hawks is looking at it like, then why am I a hero? If I'm just creating more victims just to butter these guys up, then what am I doing? You're not concerned with fame or prestige. You focus on the long-term goal and take action accordingly. There's no one more suitable for the job than you. This final page, man. Endeavor, I'm sorry. And it stops. Goes right over to Dabi. Thinks back to Snatch. So I thought so hard about it, I went crazy. And he goes back into his the facial features that has become like the main part of like how we know that it's Dabi is by looking at those specific features on his body. And then next issue we're getting a color page. Man, dude. Whoa. What an awesome batch of chapters, man. To finally, you know, get back into the greatness of My Hero Academia on a weekly basis, man. This week's chapter was very, very fascinating. I think it was a great way to continue from last week's chapter. You know, we didn't get too much. We of course I still wanted more. I still wanted Dabi, and Endeavor to converse more. But at the very least, we had the startups of the conversation, and we already had answers to a couple of other questions, like, you know, whereas like he knows his complete and full name. There's obviously something that he has against them. You know, there's obviously something that Endeavor has against him with the whole Snatch thing. And it just... it gives you just enough to where you're satisfied, but you just want so much more. You know, from these characters. And you understand because, you know, they just got finished fighting the Nomu, so there's no way they could have had like this all-out brawl right there. But at the very least, have more dialogue. And then Horikoshi cuts that conversation off. And then brings us back. And gives us a long conversation between Hawks and Dabi. And really allows us to gain a bigger perspective as to why this arc happened. This whole arc happened, and all the focus was on Hawks and Endeavor and the Nomu because the pieces were put into place by Hawks and Dabi. It's just extremely fascinating because it's all just still build-up. It's all still build-up, man, to something that huge is going to happen, like that Kamino incident. Man, yeah, but Dabi's always been a character that I just always found extremely fascinating, and every time that I see him, it's always cool. I've always liked his character design, but now getting more insight and just starting to see him more often and seeing what he's capable of and actually having him speak more. I can't wait to see more from Dabi as well, man. But yeah, next week's gonna be a color page. That'll be nice. This was my first My Hero Academia, or I shouldn't say my first, but first one in a while. You know, weekly My Hero Academia chapter reaction, man. This was a lot of fun to read, bro. Just, you know, being able to really, you know, settle down and really think about the chapter, you know, because I've been just catching up, and I always think about the last chapter that I read in that entire catch up thing, unless it was like a really, really good chapter that I go back and reread, like a 150 and whatnot. But I always get left with the last impression of the last chapter that I've read out of that batch of chapters, the batch of chapters. And so to have this one single chapter, it's great because it just allows me to focus on this chapter and what Horikoshi was really trying to present. But yeah, really enjoyed this chapter. Looking forward to seeing what he has next in store for us. Can't wait to see where this all is building towards. I'm more interested in Hawk's character than ever, because in one chapter, Horikoshi made me switch and then switch back immediately, to where I went back to not trusting the man, and then immediately went back to saying, you know what, this man's a freaking Cypher Pole agent, bro, and in My Hero, it's crazy. And so I'm looking forward to tomorrow's My Hero Academia panel. That should be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of announcements or trailers or whatever Horikoshi has in store. Even if there's no announcements or any news or anything, I'm looking forward to seeing what for if there's a Q&A or some art or just whatever that My Hero Academia panel has to offer. Because now I'm caught up, and now I can watch it without scared of getting spoiled. So that'll be nice. But I'll see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. My Hero Academia greatness. It's great to be back on the weekly My Hero Academia experience, and I'll see y'all next week for chapter 192.